Amen. All praises, everybody. Welcome again to another lesson. Today we're doing Genesis 12, where we're going to talk a little bit more about our patriarch, Abram, before he got his name changed. And we're going to see about the faith and the obedience, because that's what it's going to be about today. Faith and obedience. Because as you're going to understand in this chapter, you're going to see when the Most High says jump, Abraham jumped. He didn't ask no questions. He didn't try to contextualize it or water it down or be lazy. No, this man did exactly what the Most High wanted him to do. And this is exactly what the Most High wants you to do in your daily walk. He wants you to believe what he says. If the Most High puts something on your spirit to do something, do it. Do not hold back. Do not wait. Do not look for signs and wonders like our forefathers did back in the day. During Yahushua's days, all they was looking for was signs and wonders. Show me a sign. Give me a sign that you are the Son of God. Give me a sign. Well, you're going to see that the Most High didn't give no signs to Abram. He did it based upon the word that came out of the Most High's mouth. So, without further ado, my brother, can you read verses 1 and 2 to start this thing off?
Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
So y'all see all of this right here? Let's dissect this. So the Lord had said unto Abram, this is the Most High himself speaking directly to our father Abram. Not your pastor, not your mama, not your local self-proclaimed prophet, the Lord. Our people out here, though, we listening to every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there with a microphone, but can't hear the voice of the Almighty. So the Most High tell him, get thee out of that country. So the Most High is commanding Abraham here, Abram, to leave his comfort zone, his familiar surroundings. Sound familiar? It should, because right now we're living in modern day Babylon. Surrounded by what? All kinds of spiritual pollution. The Most High is calling us out too. Revelation 18 and 4 screams it, brother. What does it say? We all should know this one by now. Been saying it almost in every lesson. But I'm going to keep drilling it down in your head so you guys can understand what the Most High wants from you. So Revelation 18 and 4, brother.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
But what are we too busy doing? We too busy enjoying Netflix and Instagram to hear the call, ain't we? Most of our people are drowning in social media. They don't care about the word of the Most High. We see this all around. We see it all around our people. Most High can be right in their ear calling them out, but they can't hear because they scrolling through TikTok. This is the truth. This is not the lie. This is the truth that we see. We was like this before we came into truth. I know I was. But this is the truth of our people. This is where we are. This is where we are at. So then he also says, and from thy kindred. Uh-oh. Now here is where it gets spicy, folks. The Most High is telling Abram to separate from his own family. Why? Because sometimes family can be the biggest obstacle to your spiritual growth. Yahushua didn't mince words in Matthew 10 and 36 when he said this. And what does it say, brother? Matthew 10 and 36.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Your own family will be your worst enemies. That's what Yahushua said. No filter. He straight out said it. But guess what our people out here doing? We letting Aunt Bertha and Cousin Ray Ray hold us back from our divine purpose. Scared to ruffle some feathers. Well, news flash. Sometimes you got to ruffle them feathers to fly, don't you? Isn't that what the birds do? They ruffle the feathers a little bit before they fly off. I moved away from my family. I moved out from my kindred, all around here by myself. So in my little situation, hey, I had my own little Abram thing. I wasn't even in the truth. But hey, when I read this chapter, I saw myself in this chapter. Because I left and went out here to Missouri. Not to the big cities, not to Kansas City, not to St. Louis, to old Podunk Town out here. I didn't question anything. I just did it. I moved. But I didn't know the Most High was separating me for a specific purpose. And that's exactly what the Most High is doing with Abram here. So, and then he also says, and from thy father's house. Now, this ain't just about physical buildings, family. It's about leaving behind old mindsets. This is what the Father's house is. This is what the Father's house represents. Old mindsets, traditions, and belief systems that don't align with the truth. Your father's house could be that lukewarm church you've been attending, or that watered down doctrine you've been swallowing. The Most High says it's time for us to grow up and move out. Move out where? Unto a land that I will shew thee. That's what the Most High said to him. Now pay attention, because this is crucial, family. The Most High didn't give Abram a GPS coordinate or a street address. He simply says, I will shew thee. This is about faith and obedience. Abram had to trust and follow, even when he couldn't see the destination. But our people today, we want everything laid out nice and neat before we make a move. But that ain't how the Most High operates. If we go over to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, Solomon puts it plain and simple, how the Most High wants us, or what he wants us to do. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. What we got to do, brother?
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths.
He will direct your paths, family. He will direct your path. This whole verse, verse 1, is a spiritual metaphor for our journey as true Israel. We're being called out of spiritual Babylon, our country, away from those who would hold us back, our kindred, beyond the false doctrines and traditions of men, our Father's house, and into our true identity and purpose as what? The chosen people of the Most High. But instead of answering this simple call, our people are watching TikTok videos and arguing about which celebrity is really black. It's time for us to wake up. The time for games is over, the Most High is saying. It's time to get out. It's time to get moving, and it's time to get right with the Most High before it's too late. That's what he's trying to tell you. Because when it's time for this system to go, if you still holding on to this system, you going down with it. No ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. So now is the time for you to make your move. Now is the time for you to get right in the Most High. Now is the time for you to go ahead and read this book like you're supposed to. Now it's time for you to change your mind. Now it's time for you to have faith. And now it's time for you to obey. Stop dilly-dallying on the either side of the fence. It ain't going to work. So then verse 2, the Most High says, I will make thee of a great nation. Now listen up, family. Because this right here is the crux of it all. The Most High ain't talking about making Abram the founder of the United Nations or president of the World Bank. No. This is about the creation of Israel, the chosen nation of the Most High Yah. But now look at us today. We're scattered across the four corners of the earth, thinking we're African Americans, Jamaicans, Haitians, or whatever other label Babylon has slapped on us. We've got more identity crisis than a teenager with a Tumblr account. Shout out to those who remember Tumblr. Deuteronomy 28:64 warned us of this if we read it. What did the Most High say in Deuteronomy 28:64?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
But fear not. Though we are scattered, Isaiah 11:12 promises this. And what does that say, brother? Isaiah 11:12 promises this future prophecy.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
So stop trying to be everything else, family, and recognize who you really are, the true Israel. And so then the Most High says, I will bless thee. But this ain't about material blessings like your prosperity pimp out there behind the pulpit will tell you. Oh, if you pray hard enough, you're going to get that new Bentley. You pray hard enough, you're going to get that new mansion. Pray hard enough, you're going to win the lottery. You're going to get a new house, new car, all this stuff. This is what they tell you. You know what the Most High was promising Abraham? A Bentley, a Rolls Royce, a mansion in Beverly Hills? No. Get your mind out of the gutter and your eyes off BET, family. The blessing is spiritual. It's about divine favor. It's about divine wisdom and purpose. That's a key word there, purpose. But instead of seeking these true blessings, what do our people do? We out here playing the lottery and watching these prosperity pimps on TV. Shameful in the eyes of the Most High. What does Proverbs 10:22 say, brother? Solomon has something very simple to tell you here about these blessings. Proverbs 10:22.
The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it.
No sorrow. That's the kind of blessing we should be after. Not caring about this materialistic nonsense. This stuff gonna rust. It's gonna corrupt. It's gonna get destroyed, decay, all of that. But these spiritual blessings, family, are eternal. So the Most High continues, and he's gonna make thy name great. Now, this ain't about a blue check mark on Twitter or going viral on Instagram. This Most High is talking about eternal reverence and recognition. But our people today, no. We're more concerned with our follower count than our spiritual account. We're all out here trying to be the next Kardashian when we should be striving to be like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Matthew 6:1. What does Yahushua say here? Matthew 6:1. What does Yahushua warn us about?
Take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them, otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
He's saying, when you do good deeds, don't try to show off. If you do, you won't get a good reward from your Father in heaven. You see all these people out there filming them giving money to the homeless and all this stuff, trying to make themselves look good in the eyes of men. You think they're gonna get a reward in heaven? No. They're just trying to go viral on Instagram and get followers. All fake. All for the cameras. They don't give a rat's ass about these people out there. Nothing. And so then the Most High says, and thou shalt be a blessing. This here's the kicker. The Most High didn't just bless Abram from Abram's sake. He blessed him so that Abram, and by extension, Israel, could be a blessing to others. And by others, family, we talking about other Israelites. The ones who are scattered with us, the ones who are lost, like the ones who I've been talking about this entire time. The one who is doing all the foolishness, the craziness, so we can be a light to them, so they can come to Christ. They ain't talking about no other nation. The Most High will deal with them at the end. But as we live and breathe now, being scattered in our enemies' lands, we are to be a light to our people, Black people. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Karen. Mariposa. Sorry, Abdul. Jose. Sorry. We're not here for you. But hey, if y'all want to listen and follow what we do, hey, that's cool. But we are not here for you. We're here for our people. But how can these people come to our light, family, if we're too busy hiding it under a bushel of worldly nonsense? We are laughing stock of the nation. They laugh at us. They look at us for entertainment. They don't look at us for righteousness' sake. They look at us to laugh, to show, hey, at least our life ain't like theirs. That's what they look at it for. At least we're not that poor. They look at you to feel better about themselves. This verse is about divine purpose, family, and destiny as Israel. It's a reminder that we were chosen for greatness, blessed to be a blessing, and meant to stand out, not blend in. So it's time for us to wake up from this spiritual coma that we in. Stop chasing after the world's definition of success and start pursuing our true calling as the chosen people of the Most High. It's time to make our nation great again. Sorry, Trump. It's time to make our nation great again. Israel. Not in the eyes of men, but in the eyes of the Almighty, the Most High Yah himself. It's time to receive our true blessings, make our name great in righteousness, and be the blessing we were always meant to be. The choice is yours, family. The Most High's watching, and he ain't impressed by your Instagram followers or your bank account. Are you going to be one of them, or are you going to keep sleeping on your destiny? And so as we keep it moving down Genesis 12, we're going to read verses 3 and 4. 3 and 4, Genesis 12. Let's keep it moving.
And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curse thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
Well, here we go, family. What we got now? What we got? He says, I will bless them that bless thee. Now, hold up. Before you start thinking that anybody that says, God bless Israel, gets a golden ticket to heaven, let me slap some sense into you. This ain't about random folks throwing around empty blessings like confetti at a cheap wedding. This is about those who truly recognize and respect Israel's covenant with the Most High. Us, not the pasty-faced people out there in the land today. The Black people, the ones that everybody hates, the ones that everybody walks over, the ones that everybody makes fun of and oppress and do all kinds of manner of nasty things to us and says nasty words to us, outward and inward. They blessing the wrong people. Whoops. Why you think they ain't getting blessed? Why do you think the Most High continuing to crumble all these countries all over the world? They blessing the wrong people while they oppress his people. What does the Most High say in Zechariah 8:23? Prophesied. Zechariah 8:23.
Thus say the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, and even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that God is with you.
They're going to hold on to you, family. This is what they're going to do. They're going to hold on to you. But this particular verse is about the northern kingdom holding on to the Jew. It's more deeper than that. That's why you see the 10, because those are the 10 tribes, because they speak all languages, right? And they're holding on to the Jew, the southern kingdom. But that's a whole deep rabbit hole. I ain't going to go in that. It's a model. The nation's going to hold on to you, family, as well. Just like the northern kingdom held on to the southern kingdom to get into Christ, they going to hold on to you too. Just like that lady in Matthew 15, who was begging the Lord, please heal my daughter, please. Please, she was begging. But until she what? Acknowledged who the favorite children was. Until she acknowledged Israel's supremacy spiritually over the rest of the nations. Until she did that, that is when the Most High healed her and said she got great faith. That is how the other nations get in. You can't come in through Christ. You can't bypass us and go to Christ. No. You can't skip the line. But again, that's a whole other can of worms. Then the Most High said then, curse them that curse thee. This is divine protection, family, and justice for Israel as a whole. But we're too busy playing the victim to realize we're supposed to be victorious. If we go over to Deuteronomy 28:7, part of the curses here, what does Deuteronomy 28:7 declare?
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
These are the blessings right here, family. Not the curses. These are the blessings right here. If we are with Yah, who can be against us, family? But instead of our people standing in this power, we're out here making hashtags and change.org petitions. The Most High is our defender, not our social media followers. We're supposed to trust in him. He's our defense. He's our defense. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Now, this is where everybody really loses the plot. You say about Israel becoming some kind of Santa Claus, handing out blessings like candy canes. And it sure as hell ain't about our other nations hijacking our covenant. We see you over there, fake Jews. This is about Israel fulfilling its divine purpose as a light to the nations, our people in those nations. When it says all families, it's talking about the scattered families of Israel. That's right. All you lost tribes out there thinking you're everything but an Israelite, it's talking about you. This is about the regathering and reunification of our people as it proclaims in Jeremiah 31:10. What does it say? Jeremiah 31:10 proclaims this right here.
Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock.
So family, stop looking for blessings in all the wrong places. The true blessing is in recognizing and returning to your very own Israelite heritage. You ain't black. You ain't a color. That is the stupidest thing ever. How are you a color? African American, how are you two continents? This verse is a spiritual powerhouse, family. It's all about divine protection, our unique covenant, and our responsibility to be a blessing by living out our true identity as Israel. So our other brethren, our lost ones, can come back and revel in the same blessings we reveling in right now. But instead of embracing this calling, our people are playing spiritual musical chairs with every doctrine that comes along. So to those people, you ready to stop being a curse to yourselves and start being the blessing you were meant to be? Are you ready to stop begging for scraps from the world's table and start feasting at the banquet of the Most High has prepared for you? The Most High's patience ain't infinite, family, and his blessings ain't for those sitting on the fence. It's time to decide. Are you with Israel, or are you just playing dress up? The world is watching. The Most High is waiting. And I'm here wondering if y'all got any spiritual sense left in those thick skulls of yours. Verse 4 here. So now Abraham is departing. He's getting out. This is what real faith looks like. Abraham departed as the Lord has spoken unto him. He has departed. Abraham didn't hem and haw, didn't ask for a sign, didn't try to negotiate. He just moved when the Most High spoke. Hebrews talks about this faith in Hebrews 11:8. What does it say? Hebrews 11 and verse number 8.
By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should have to receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went.
Didn't know nothing, family. But look at our people today. What we do? The Most High could be screaming instructions in your ear. Screaming it. Well, you're too busy scrolling on your phone to realize. So also, Lot went with them. Lot went with them. Which is, you're probably thinking it's some heartwarming family road trip, right? This is about the consequences of our actions. Because watch this, family. If we go to skip over in the next chapter and go to 10 and 11 of Genesis 13, watch what happened over here to Lot.
And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan that was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest into Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan. And Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other.
So Lot's presence led to strife and eventually separation. The same way like how we can't seem to get along with our own brothers and sisters in the faith. Y'all see the bickering. I know y'all see the bickering. I know y'all see the arguing, the back and forth over stupid things. Things that are not even salvation. Y'all see it. Foreshadowing here. So Abraham was 75, family. 75. When he uprooted his entire life on the Most High's command. So what's your excuse for not getting off your lazy butt and doing what you're called to do? I had to throw off my laziness. Now I got to focus. Now I'm focused. Now I have a purpose. I'm moving with purpose now. The Most High has narrowed my field of vision. I ain't looking all over the place. I'm not wandering anymore. I am focused now. What about you? Are you focused on the Most High? Or are you still looking at everything but the Most High? Isaiah 46:4. Watch what it says here about this old age. Isaiah 46 in verse 4.
And even to your old age, I am he, and even to hoar hairs will I carry you. I have made and I will bear, even I will carry and will deliver you.
Most High said I will keep you safe, even in your old age, family. Age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to serving the Most High. So let me break this down in modern terms for you people today. Abraham's departure is a blueprint for real faith and obedience, something our people know nothing about today. When the Most High speaks, you move, no questions asked. But what are our people doing? We're too busy trying to interpret and contextualize every little command to actually do anything. We want to negotiate with the Almighty like he's some pushover boss you can manipulate. And don't get me started on how y'all treat your lots, those family members and friends who come along for the ride. Instead of being a godly influence, we're probably the ones leading them into sin and worldliness. As for age, we use our birthday as an excuse to slack off more in our spiritual walk. I'm too old to change, or I'm too young to be serious about faith. BS. The Most High can use anyone at any age if they're willing. That's the key word, willing. Are you willing to be a vessel, no matter how old you are? Are you willing to be a vessel that the Most High can use for his purpose? So it's time for us to wake up. We got to wake up and start showing some real faith. Stop making excuses. Stop dragging your feet and start moving when the Most High speaks. You claim to be the chosen people, right? Well, act like it. Show some of that Abram level obedience and watch how the Most High moves in your life. But if you keep sitting on your butt, making excuses and twisting scripture to justify your laziness, don't be surprised when you end up left behind like all the other faithless fools. The choice is yours, again. But don't say I didn't warn you when the judgment comes knocking and finds you unprepared. But let's keep it moving, though, family. I hope you guys are understanding this. Faith, obedience, no time for laziness. 5 and 6, back in Genesis. Let's get it.
And Abram took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land.
All right, then, let's break it down like always. Verse 5. Abram took Sarah, his wife, and Lot, his brother's son. So Abraham didn't abandon his responsibilities when he followed the Most High's call. He brought his family with him. He ain't leaving behind. He brought his family with him. Let's go over to Joshua 24 and 15. Real quick. Joshua 24 and 15. What does Joshua say here?
He said, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Family. Family. But look at our people today, huh? We can't even lead our own households in righteousness, let alone bring them along on a spiritual journey. I mean, just look at the households in our communities today. Ain't no righteousness in there. Ain't no leadership. Ain't no real nothing going on in there. Everybody just doing whatever the heck they want to do. The opposite of what Abram did. And so he brought all their substance that they had gathered and the souls they had gotten in Haran. This ain't about Abram's net worth, family. It's about him bringing everything under the Most High's authority, possessions and people. He trusted everything to Yah, just like Yahusha told us to do. Matthew 6:33. Look what Yahusha says here. This is exactly what Abram is doing right here in this verse.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Boom. He's trusting all his stuff to the Most High Yah. That's what he's doing. But what are our people doing? What are we doing today? What are we doing? We are too busy chasing after worldly wealth to understand true spiritual riches. You think you can compartmentalize your faith and keep parts of your life separate from the Most High? No. You cannot. You either in or you out. In or out. In or out. Which one is it, family? And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came. Which shows what? Purpose and follow through. Abram didn't just start the journey, he finished it. Paul iterizes on this. If we go to Philippians 1:6, he expounds upon finishing the journey, how we should be in this walk. Again, that's Philippians 1 in verse 6.
Being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ.
Hear that? Finish it. The Most High started it. It's going to get done, family. You can't quit now. You can't quit because it get too hard. Oh, no, it's hard. Oh, no, they're making fun of me. Keep it moving. Keep the legs going. Because our people today start backsliding the moment things get tough. No staying power. No commitment to the full journey the Most High has laid out for you. As soon as the rubber meets the road, they out of there. It's too hard. It's too hard. I can't do it. I can't do it. Nothing but complaining and whining. You think the Most High gonna allow that in the kingdom? No. So Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem. Unto the plain of Moreh. So what does this mean here? What does that mean? Going onto the plain of Moreh. To Shechem and Moreh. Well, if you know Moreh, if you look up the word, it means to teach. It means teacher. And Shechem, in the Hebrew, means burden bearer. So what is Abram finna do here? So he's finna take a burden, family. This is what we're doing. Same thing that the Most High has done with you. He's putting a burden on you that you got to follow through. We're not strolling in this walk, family. We're moving with purpose. And we're teaching. We're teaching our family. We're teaching the ones who have come along for the ride. We're teaching them what? Righteousness in the Most High. This is what we're doing. We're not doing anything else, family. Matthew 11, 29 and 30. What does Christ say here about this burden? Again, Matthew 11, 29 and 30.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Light. But most people out here treating the Most High's calling like it's a 300-pound backpack. It ain't, family. It ain't. So by Abram going into this plain of Moreh, he's arriving at a place of what? Instruction and direction. Abram was positioning himself to receive divine guidance. Meanwhile, our people out here, where are we getting our guidance from? Instagram influencers and YouTube conspiracy theorists. That's where we're getting our guidance from in this walk. Proverbs 1:5 advises us to do something. Let's go see what Solomon advises us to do in Proverbs 1:5.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Wise counsels. But you have to be wise first in order to get wiser. But our people today are increasing in their foolishness way more than being wise. So you got the Canaanite was then in the land here. The Canaanite in the land represent the obstacles and the enemies that stand between us and our divine inheritance. That's who these Canaanites represent here in this verse. But today, we're inviting the enemy to Netflix and chill in our spiritual living rooms, family. What does Paul say in 2 Corinthians 6:17? What we should be doing. Again, at 2 Corinthians 6:17. I know I've read this chapter, or I've read this verse a lot of times too, but again, I'm drilling it until you get it.
Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
See how simple that is? This verse, spiritual GPS, family, showing us the importance of what? Purposeful movement, embracing responsibility. Don't run away from it like most of our people do. Seeking true instruction. Not the crap you see on social media. True instruction. The Most High Yah. And recognizing what? The opposition in our path to promise. So are you ready to pass through the land of complacency? Are you prepared to shoulder the burden of your calling? Are you positioned to receive true instruction? And can you recognize the Canaanites in your life that need to be conquered? Can y'all do that? Can you recognize the Canaanites in your life that need to be conquered? We're too attached to our comfort zones, our possessions, and our worldly connections to make a real move for the Most High. That's just the truth of it. We start spiritual quote-unquote journeys all the time. New Year's resolutions, half-ass attempts at righteousness, but you never see them through. No follow-through, no real commitment. And don't even get me started on our ignorance of our history and heritage. You can't appreciate the significance of where we've been. So how the hell do you expect to know where we are going? Worst of all, you're blind to the enemies in our minds. The Canaanites ain't just ancient history. I already told you. They represent every worldly influence, every spiritual opposition trying to keep us from the promised inheritance. Things like complacency, cultural confusion, Christianity, worldly wealth, false unity, spiritual laziness. These are the Canaanites in our people's way. Perpetual victimhood. Oh, woe is me, woe is me. The enemy's got our people so focused on what the other nations did to us that we forgot what we did to deserve it. Deuteronomy 28 lays out all the curses for disobedience, but we act like it's just a historical footnote instead of a divine wake-up call. We want to blame the nations for everything. These are the things that are holding you back, family. These are the things that are holding you back from getting your promised inheritance from the Most High's hand. So the Most High wants you to stop making excuses. Stop half-assing your faith. Start moving with purpose towards the destiny that the Most High has for our people. But if we keep stumbling around in spiritual darkness, too lazy and scared to make a real move for righteousness, then don't be surprised when you end up as nothing more than a footnote in the history of our people's restoration. You can't get mad when judgment falls on your head, family. I'm out here warning you before it happens. You are now held accountable because you are listening to this word at this very moment. You are now held accountable from this point on. You either move or you get left behind. Choice is yours. So we keep it moving. Verses 7 and 8.
And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed I will give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord who had appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and he called upon the name of the Lord.
Boom. Lord appeared. And I tell you in the previous verse, Abram is positioning himself for divine instruction, and then look what happens right when he does it. Boom! The Most High appears in your life, in his life. But you got to prepare yourself to move. You got to move to the place where the Most High wants you. Only then can he appear unto you like he did to Abram. But he ain't going to do nothing if you just sitting there watching Netflix all day. Sitting there half-assing the faith. Oh, no. He won't do it, family. The Most High is not mocked. This is a direct manifestation, not some vague feeling or inner voice. Exodus 33 and 11 shows you more of this direct manifestation here. Exodus 33 and 11. What happened with Moses?
And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again into the camp, but his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle.
Face to face. Look at our people today. We can't even recognize the Most High's hand in our daily lives, let alone experience a true visitation. So the Most High says, unto thy seed will I give this land, thy seed, thy seed, thy seed. Physical. This ain't no spiritual Israel. He says, unto thy seed, physical. Heathen, you are not a part of Abraham. I don't care what your church say. I don't care. You will never be a part of this. Sorry. I don't make the rules. Most High did. Take it up with him. I don't want to hear your whining or complaining or your justifications or scripture twisting. Not my problem. This promise ain't just about real estate, family. It's about destiny and inheritance for our entire people. We are a special people, family, above all people that are upon the face of this earth, above all. But our people are trying to assimilate into every heathen culture to remember their own true inheritance. You can't tell them who they truly are. They don't want to believe it. I'm black, I'm proud, I'm black and proud. Repping Jamaican, Rastafari. You ain't no Rastafari, you are an Israelite. You're not no Brazilian, you are an Israelite. Black man down there. I ain't talking about them white ones. Don't get me twisted. And so Abraham built an altar unto the Most High. This is immediate response to this visitation. Gratitude and worship, family. What does David say here in Psalm 116 and 12 and 13? Psalm 116, 12 and 13.
What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits towards me? I will take the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord.
What must I give you, Lord, for being so good to me? I will pour out an offering of wine to you, and I will pray in your name because you have saved me. Not no man, you have saved me. Gratitude and worship, family. But our people can't even be bothered to say a prayer of thanks before stuffing their faces, let alone build our lives around worshiping the Most High Yah. But they'll post about it all on social media, though. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed. But are they truly living that life? No, they are not. It's all for show, family. For clicks and views. The majority of our people can't handle this walk because of the sacrifices you got to do to be in this walk. You got to give up a lot of stuff that a lot of our people are not prepared to give up. And so he removed from thence unto a mountain unto the east of Bethel. Open your eyes, though, family. Mountains in Scripture represent places of revelation and closeness to the Most High. How do we know this? Exodus 3 and 1. What did Moses do here? Exodus 3 and 1.
Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb.
The mountain of God, Mount Horeb. Revelation, family. Revelation. You want to get closer to the Most High. But our people are too busy wallowing in what? The lowlands of sin to even think about ascending to higher spiritual ground. That's just the truth. Our people don't care. Our people don't care about this, family. So then he pitched a tent, having Bethel on the west, Hai on the east. Bethel means house of God, people. And Hai, Ai, means heap of ruins. So Abram, positioned himself between the divine and the worldly. Y'all see this? Do y'all see it? Either side, I've got the world on one side, and I've got Yah on the other side. I'm right in the middle. Which one you gonna choose? You see it? You see it? Please tell me you see it. 1 John 2 and 15. What does John say here? 1 John 2 and 15.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Not with you. But our people cannot figure out which way is up spiritually, let alone position ourselves correctly in relation to the Most High in the world. We right up in it. We right up in the thick of Babylon today. The majority of our people, well, it's only a small remnant, a very, very small number of people that are on the Most High's side of things. Family, there's no coincidences here. The Most High is showing you a spiritual path here. He's showing you what you need to do. And so he built an altar unto the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. So he built this altar, now he's calling on Yah's name. Abraham didn't just worship once and call it quits. He established what? A pattern of devotion. Very simply put, what does Paul say in 1 Thessalonians 5:17? Again, that's 1 Thessalonians 5:17. Very simply put.
Pray without ceasing.
Don't stop, family. But what do our people do? They can barely drag themselves to a Sabbath service once a week, let alone maintain a consistent life of prayer and devotion. That's just the truth of it. They only come to Yah when they need something. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's no pattern, nothing. So breaking it down, this verse 6 and 7, I'm gonna break it all down to you. Abram, this journey is a blueprint for real spiritual living that the majority of our people can't even begin to comprehend. We are so disconnected from the Most High that we wouldn't even recognize a divine visitation if it slapped us right in the face. And even if you did, you'll be too lazy and ungrateful to respond with what? Proper worship. We've forgotten our true inheritance as a chosen people. Too busy chasing after worldly acceptance to remember the glorious destiny the Most High has for us. Our spiritual geography is all messed up. Instead of positioning ourselves between the Most High and the ruins of the world, we are fully camped out in Sodom and Gomorrah. And don't even get me started on these pitiful excuses for worship and devotion that our people do today. A half-assed prayer before bed doesn't cut it. No, sir. Consistent prayer. Pray without ceasing. We got to start living like true descendants of Abraham, people. Stop making excuses. Stop playing that faith and start building your entire lives around devotion to Yah. This is what you need to do. We've grown too complacent in this system. We're too comfortable here. All we care about is all this stuff that's going around us, all this worldly stuff that's going around us. Social media, what's on Netflix, gossip, celebrities. That's all we care about. We don't care about nothing else. Clothes, shoes. What outfit I'm going to wear today? That's what our focus is on as a people today. Shameful in the eyes of the Most High. The Most High is shaking his head 24/7, face palming 24/7. That's what he's doing. We are a disappointment as a whole, as a people. This is why all the other nations laugh at us, make fun of us. They're doing it way more outwardly now. They don't care. The Most High wants them to do it. He wants them to make fun of you. Maybe that'll put some sense to your head, and maybe you'll come back to your true heritage. Maybe you'll get so sick and tired of being called the N-word and everything else in the book that you will start following the Most High Yah. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But that's up to you to figure out. But we got more on this journey here with Abram. Verse 9 and 10, Genesis 12. What does it say?
And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land.
So starting out, Abraham's journey going on still toward the south. This ain't about geography, family. The south in scripture often represents testing and hardship. How do we know? Let's go to Jeremiah 13 and 19 to go see what Jeremiah has to say about this. Jeremiah 13 and 19. What does it say?
It says, the cities of the south shall be shut up, and none shall open them. Judah shall be carried away captive of all of it. It shall be wholly carried away captive.
But our people today wouldn't be able to recognize when we're being tested, let alone respond with faith. So there's a famine in the land. This famine ain't just about food, family. It's a spiritual metaphor for times of scarcity and what? Trial. That's where we at. Amos 8 in verse 11. What's this famine representing here? Amos 8 and 11.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Hearing the words of the Most High. But our people today, what are they doing? Gorging themselves on physical pleasures while our souls are starving for true spiritual nourishment. You're feeding your flesh. You're too busy feeding the flesh. The spirit is skinny. It's emaciated. It wants some food. It's hungry. Hungry. We hungry. Feed me. The spirit is crying out to feed it, but you're too busy feeding the flesh. Your flesh is fat, but your spirit is skinny. That's not the way it's supposed to be, family. This is why we still messed up as a people. We still doing things the way we want to do it and not the way the Most High want it done. So Abram goes down to Egypt to what? Sojourn there. And Egypt represents what? Worldly power and reliance on the flesh instead of faith. How do we know this? Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1 will expound upon that. Again, that's Isaiah 31 and 1.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
But our people, what are they doing? What are our people doing in 2024? We too busy running to every worldly solution instead of trusting in the Most High's provision. We ain't happy with the scraps the Most High giving. We don't want it. It ain't to our liking. So we go over to Babylon and go see what Babylon got on the menu. And you see why we still cursed as a people today. You see why we still going through the same things over and over. The Most High has this whole thing on repeat because we don't learn our lesson as a people. All since the beginning of this, we've been doing the same crap over and over and over again. And the Most High has been replaying this movie over and over and over again. And we still cannot learn the lesson. So this famine here was grievous in the land. So sometimes the Most High allows hardship to do what though? What is this hardship supposed to do for us? It's to push us into new situations for his greater purpose. Paul expounds upon that in Romans 8 and 28. What does Paul say about what I just said? Romans 8 and 28.
And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose.
But we can't even handle the slightest discomfort without whining and abandoning our faith. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it too many times. Soon as there's a bump in the road, oh, I'm done with this. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. You mean to tell me I got to give up lobster and shrimp? Oh, I can't do it. Oh. You mean I can't go to the mall on Saturday? Oh, no. Oh, I can't do it. It's too hard. I can't do it. And they expect to go to the kingdom, family. Most High got something for them. It is what it is. So let me break this whole thing down in modern terms for you. These two verses. So Abram's journeyed south and into Egypt is a warning and example that our people are too dumb to comprehend today. Trust me, I've tried. You're constantly moving south spiritually, sinking deeper and deeper into worldliness and further from true faith. And when trials come, you crumble like the coward you are. There's a spiritual famine in our communities right now. I know you see it. But instead of seeking true nourishment from the Most High's word, we're too busy stuffing our faces with the junk food of false doctrine and worldly philosophies. Oh, I'm Kemet. We are the universe. Vibrations. This is what they're talking about. New age nonsense. And don't even get me started on how quick you are to run to Egypt, quote unquote, when things get tough. Lost your job? Better compromise your principles for that shady business opportunity. Health problems? Forget prayer. No, forget that. Just throw yourself at every new age healing trend. We have forgotten how to trust in the Most High during hard times. We have. Instead of seeing trials as opportunities for growth and redirection, we treat them like excuses to abandoning our faith altogether. So the Most High wants you to wake up and start walking in real faith like Abram. Stop running from challenges. Stop seeking worldly solutions to spiritual problems. And start trusting in the Most High's plan, even when it doesn't make sense to our puny human minds. But if you keep acting like spiritual infants, unable to handle even the slightest test of faith, don't be surprised when you find yourselves trapped in the very Egypt you ran to for safety. Don't be surprised, family. Don't be surprised. You reap what you sow. Stop running to man when you should be running to the Most High. Just some food for thought. Hope all of this is making sense to y'all halfway through. 11 and 12. Genesis 12. Let's get some more food in our bellies.
And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto his wife Sarai, his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will say thee alive.
So it came to pass, he was come near to enter into Egypt. I just told you of what Egypt represents. The worldly system, the realm of what? Compromise and spiritual danger. James 4 and 4 expounds upon that. James 4 and 4. What does it say?
Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
Point blank, period. You side with Babylon, you are an enemy of the Most High Yah, a traitor, and you will be treated as such and judged if the Most High don't give you a chance to repent and come back over to the other side of the fence. But our people today, they're not just near Egypt. They have set up permanent residence in Worldliness Central. Right there, they got a Parkside View penthouse Right there in the middle of all this sin and worldliness. Is that you? Is this verse talking about you? I certainly hope not. So he's talking to his wife. Behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. This ain't just about Sarah's physical beauty. It's about the temptation and danger that comes when the world, i.e. Egypt here, sees something valuable in the Most High's people. So what does Peter tell us to do instead? 1 Peter 3 and 4. Again, that's 1 Peter 3 and 4. So what does Peter say that we should be doing then, if we do not want to be seen in such a way?
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting of the hair and the weaving of gold or the putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price.
Do you stand out? When you got the fancy hairdos and the gold jewelry and expensive clothes, you stand out. You make yourself what? A target. So Peter is telling you to dress down. Make yourself invisible so these people don't bother you. But are people too busy chasing after worldly standards of beauty and success to cultivate true spiritual attractiveness? They want to be what the world tells them they should be. That type of beautiful. But that's not the beautiful that the Most High is looking at. He's looking at your inside. He want to know if your beauty is on the inside, family. Your looks will fade. But the inside, your spirit is eternal. That's your character. That's you. That's what the Most High is looking at. He ain't looking at your hairdo. He ain't looking at your fancy clothes. He ain't looking at all the makeup you got in your face. He looking at what's right there inside you. So Abram continues, when the Egyptians saw thee, that they shall say, this is his wife. So Abraham is anticipating how the world will view and desire what belongs to the Most High's people. He's showing us how the world views things. And John expounds upon this too. How does the world view things in this world? How does people view them? What do they do? 1 John 2 and 16. We'll tell you. Again, that's 1 John 2 and 16.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Now see this? Your foolish pride comes from this world, and so do your selfish desires and your desire to have everything you see. None of these things come from the Father. That is what John is saying. But that's how the world sees things. That's how they operate. We ain't supposed to be operating like this, family, but our people, we can't even recognize when the world is trying to seduce us away from our true identity in the Most High. And they have done a good job of seducing our people away from their heritage. They have told them you are everything else but Israelite. Oh, you want to be a Muslim? You go ahead and be a Muslim. Or you want to be a Christian? Hey, you go ahead and be a Christian. You go ahead and follow after white Jesus. Oh, yeah, go ahead. But as soon as you say you're an Israelite, ears perk up. They are coming for your neck. You are not an Israelite. You're not an Israelite. The Israelites are white people. Those are the fake Jews over there. Yeah, those are them. Those are the people in the book. They got no problem with you being everything else but Israelite, family. You want to be a Moor? Go ahead. You want to call yourself Kemet? Hey, go right ahead. You want to call yourself a Mormon? Hey, no, sky's the limit. But as soon as you step foot on your true heritage, the world will not allow it. That's why they're doing everything they can to shut us down. They're doing everything they can to shout us down and say we ain't the people. But that ain't doing nothing, family. All it's doing is stoking the fire. That fire is spreading all across the world. Our people are waking up in every country they're in. The sleeping giant is waking up. They got nothing to do. They can't stop it, family. The train has no brakes. It's going to get to its final destination, i.e. the kingdom. So you either better be on that train or else you're going to get left behind. And so now he says, and they will kill me, but they will save you alive. Which is showing what? Abram's fear overtaking his trust in the Most High's protection. He's supposed to be a man of God. He's supposed to be following the Most High, but he is scared here. His fear, his flesh is overtaking him. What does Proverbs 29 and 25 warn against, brother? Solomon talks just about this. In Proverbs 29 and 25, what does it say?
The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whosoever putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe.
Solomon is saying, don't fall into the trap of being a coward. Trust the Lord and you will be safe. Plain and simple, family. Fear is not of Yah. We know this. But we see Abram. He's being fearful here. And also our people today. We are so paralyzed by fear of what the world thinks that we'll throw anyone under the bus to save our own skin. Oh, I have seen this personally. Heck, I've done it to other people. I've done it. I threw my brother on the bus so I wouldn't get a whooping. Yeah, yes, sir. I've done it many times. But that's because of that fear. I was ignorant of the Most High. So let's break it down in 2024 terms, what these verses mean for us today. So Abram's moment of weakness here is a mirror reflecting our constant state of spiritual compromise. You're not just entering Egypt occasionally, family. We have made our home in the world system, our jobs, our entertainment, our relationships. Everything is saturated with Egyptian values, this worldly system. And don't even get me started on how you present yourselves to the world. Instead of showcasing the beauty of holiness, you're parading around trying to fit the world's corrupt standards. That's why you got a lot of our women going out there dressing up in hoochie mama outfits. Daisy Dukes, damn near wearing lingerie outside and calling it apparel. Outside apparel. This is what we're doing. We are so worried about what Egypt thinks of us that we will compromise anything to gain their approval. Our faith, hidden. Our values, flexible. Your spouse or family, throw them to the wolves if it means saving your own reputation. Ooh, I have seen that. So the Most High wants you to wake up and remember who you are. Stop trying to blend in with Egypt. Start standing out as a set-apart people you're supposed to be. But if you keep cowering in fear, ready to sacrifice your integrity at the first sign of worldly pressure, then what? Don't be surprised when you find yourselves spiritually dead while your compromised values are the only thing saved alive. Fear has no place for you in this walk. All it will do is hinder you. Trust in the Most High. Trust in Him. Trust that He will protect you in all trials, all pressures. This is what He will do for you. So let's keep it moving. 13 and 14, Genesis 12. Let's get it.
Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well for me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass that when Abram was coming to Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister. Here we go. Here we go. This ain't just about Abram's personal failings, family. It's a stark illustration of how quickly we resort to deception when we're afraid. Oh, I know y'all know about this. What does Proverbs 12 and 22 say? What does Solomon say about this deception? Proverbs 12 and 22.
Lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight.
Delight. Abomination. If you lying out there, tell the truth. Get it over with. We all know and have experience with this, whether it's with you or your children, parents, whatever it is. We all have experience in this. Because our people today, we are so quick to lie, cheat, and deceive to save our own skin. It's become second nature. Ain't that the truth? Second nature, family. Can't trust none of these Hebrews out here today. You don't know what kind of time they on. So Abram continues, that it may be well with me for thy sake. So Abram's trying to use Sarah as a shield to protect himself. He's putting his own safety above hers. What does Paul got to say about this? Philippians 2 and 3. Philippians 2 and 3. What does Paul say?
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem the other better than themselves.
Paul is saying, don't be jealous or proud, but be humble and consider others more important than yourselves. Humble down. But Abram didn't do that here. He's throwing Sarah under the bus. Hey, you my sister, all right? Hey, you deal with them, I'm going to be over here. Not knowing what's going to happen to her. But what are people doing today in 2024? What are we doing? We are too busy throwing our own people under the bus to get ahead in this world. Boy, I see a whole ton of this too. A whole ton of this. Backstabbing, gossip, selling out your brothers and sisters, anything for that promotion or social status, right? That's what we do. That's what we've been known for. That's what we're known for now. That's what we do. We acting out Game of Thrones in real life. He continues, and my soul shall live because of thee. So Abram's looking to a human, to save his life instead of trusting in the Most High. What does David got to say about that? Psalm 118 and 8. Psalm 118 and 8.
It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man.
Ooh, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But our people today, we can't even take a crap without consulting our horoscope, your life coach, and your favorite Instagram influencer. Where's your trust in the Most High, y'all, Israelites? Y'all look to everybody else but him. Trusting in divination and other BS and lies over trusting in the word of the Most High, Yah. You would rather ask somebody else to answer your question than have it answered by the Most High, Yah. All your answers is in this book, Negroes. So stop letting it collect dust. Read your Bible. All your answers are in here if you know where to look. So now, Abram is coming into Egypt now. It had came to pass. So entering Egypt represents full immersion in the world system. Abram not just visiting, he's dwelling there. And what does Paul warn about this? Romans 12 and 2. Are we supposed to be dwelling like this? Romans 12 and 2. What are we supposed to be doing?
And be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
But our people, We are so comfortable in Egypt. You wouldn't recognize the promised land if it bit you in the butt. We so comfortable here. We got thousands of channels to choose from, endless things to binge on Netflix, unlimited scrolling on social media, all kinds of food and everything. We living good in Babylon. So when the Most High is telling us to separate, we ain't gonna want to do that, because that means we're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to give up that stuff. We're gonna have to re-straighten our priorities in this world. That's what we're gonna have to do. And our people too lazy to do that. So the Egyptians beheld the woman and that she was very fair. Ain't just about physical beauty, family. This is about the world coveting what belongs to the Most High and his people. What did the Most High call us? 1 Peter 2:9. Most of y'all should already know about this scripture. But for the ones who don't, 1 Peter 2:9.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
But instead of standing out as a holy people, we are too busy bending over backwards to fit in with every degenerate trend this world craps out. Every dance craze you see on TikTok, our people got to be in there. All these stupid trends. Y'all remember that crate challenge? Y'all remember the crate challenge that our people was doing a couple years back? People were getting injured and nearly killing themselves for a couple of dollars. And they were doing it to their own people, going to the hoods and doing this crap. They didn't go to the white people doing this. They went to their own people. Even our own people knows we do anything for a buck. Even making ourselves look foolish in the process. Holy people? Pff, yeah, right. Anything but holy today. Only a small remnant. But the majority of our people, forget about it. So let's break it all down here in our world today. So Abram's moment of weakness here. Again, showing us our constant state of compromise and cowardice. We are so afraid what the world might do to us that we will cheat, lie, and throw our own people under the bus just to feel safe. Your workplaces, your schools, your social circles, you're living a lie just to blend in. That's the truth. And don't even get me started on how you use others as human shields. You'll let your kids watch filth on TV so you don't have to be the bad guy. You'll stay silent when injustice happens because speaking up might cost you something. You're pathetic in the eyes of the Most High Yah. You claim to trust in Yah, the Most High. But the second things get tough, you're running to every worldly solution you can find. Self-help books, meditation apps, positive thinking, anything but actually relying on the God of Israel, your creator. We are so deep in Egypt, we can't even see how the world is lusting after what should belong to the Most High. Your time, your talents, your very identity, you're offering it all up on the altar of what? Worldly success and acceptance. The Most High is telling you to wake up and remember who you are. You cowards. Stop trying to save your own skin through lies and compromise. Start trusting in the Most High, even when it costs you something, because family, this walk is about sacrifice. You're going to lose something. You're going to lose something. You're going to have to sacrifice something in this walk. If you ain't prepared to do that, stay out there in Babylon. But if you keep living like spiritual cowards, Don't be surprised when you wake up one day and realize you sold your birthright for a bowl of Egyptian lentils. The same thing our people was craving for out in the wilderness. They ain't want none of that man or nothing. No, they wanted some Egyptian food again. Stupid. No trust, no faith, no nothing. This is what we've become today. These are brutal truths that the Most High wants you to understand, to see how far we have fallen as a people. And maybe this will slip into your spirit and make you actually want to be what the Most High wants you to be. These words are not to hurt you. These words are to help you grow, to help you realize some things that you may have been doing in your life and you were not even privy to. The Most High is shaking up the cobwebs, getting you to wake up, dry out them eyes, get the coal out your eyes, get some of that spiritual Visine, so you can see clearly on what the Most High wants you to do. So let's keep it moving though. 15 and 16. 15 and 16. What we got?
The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen and asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels.
Wait, Abram living it up. He living it up. Living it up. So let's break it down. The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. This ain't about some ancient beauty pageant. No, it's about how the world system evaluates and desires what belongs to the Most High. And remember, these are your enemies. But today, we are so desperate for the world's approval. We pimp out our own mama if it got us a seat at Pharaoh's table. I've seen that too. Mama's got OnlyFans now. That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the truth and reality that we in 2024. Got mamas and grandmas on OnlyFans. Hey, yo, that's sick. Most High definitely shaking his head on that. But this where we at. This where we at. We want to blend in. That's what we want. This is what we do to blend in. So the woman, Sarah, was taken into Pharaoh's house, which represents what? The world trying to claim and corrupt what belongs to the Most High and his people. We already told you, Paul said earlier, to separate, come out from among them, be ye separate. Touch not the unclean thing. But our people, we can't wait to be taken into Pharaoh's house. Can we? We're falling over ourselves to be accepted by every godless institution, a corrupt system out there. Boy, you got people, our people, they would jump backwards to being Holly weird. They don't care. Look what happened to Kevin Hart. Boy, he was everywhere. But guess what he had to do back behind them closed doors? Guess what he had to do back behind them closed doors on that casting couch? They was rubbing their hands like Birdman looking at Kevin Hart. They're like, hey, back for another part, are we? But that's what we do. That's what we compromise to be accepted, to have money in this world. We bend over for the other nations. We do it at every time. We do it every time. We bend over. That's why you code switch. That's why you talk differently around them than you do around your own people. You're bending over to be accepted by the white folks, by the Indians, by the Asians, and whoever else is in your social circle. You live in a lie to be accepted. And I know it eats you in the spirit. I know it eats you. I know it does. I know it does. I know it does. The Most High know it does. Every time you go in, every time before you go to sleep, I know it eating at you. All the lies you gotta do. You gotta play makeup and dress up for these people who don't even care about you. All so you can blend in and be a part of the it crowd. Ha! There ain't no it crowd for you in this country. Sorry, family. Sorry to burst the bubble. There ain't no it crowd. All we got is each other. That's why the Most High said, love thy neighbor. That's your brothers and sisters, black people. We ain't got nobody else. Ain't nobody coming to our defense. We getting killed all over this country. Where's our reparation bills at? Where's our laws to protect us from the cops? There ain't none. You ain't got nobody. All you got to do is protect is to what? You got the Most High. The Most High does this on purpose. He's making you come back to him. He's getting you to realize these people ain't for you. I am your creator. I am your protector. I am your defense. Come back to me. This is what he's telling you. This is what he's showing you. That's why we ain't got no laws or anything in our favor. We don't, because the Most High is our law. He's our favor. But our people too stupid to realize this. Even when you tell them this, they look at you like a deer in the headlights. What are you talking about? God don't exist. You still believe in that sky daddy? Stupid. Why they getting beat upside the head at work? Dumb. So now, Abram is getting entreated well for her sake. He gave her over to Pharaoh, like, hey, here you go. Basically pimped her out. Abram is getting rewarded for his cowardice and deception. The world loves it when you compromise. Oh boy, does it. Loves it. What does Yahusha say? Luke 6:26. Luke 6:26.
Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Woo! That good reputation, not usually good. They trying to entreat you. They're trying to make you feel good about your deception, about your lies. They buttering you up, basically. Our people cannot get enough of that worldly approval. We'll sell out our principles faster than Judas for pieces of silver and a pat on the back. Good boy, good boy. Want a Scooby snack? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? That's our people. That's what they think of you, Israelites. You are a trained animal. This is the circus, Barnum and Bailey. We are the animals. We are the attraction that people are going to come to pay lots of money for. Ain't that what they do in sports? Basketball, football. All them people are paying good money to see your black behind run, to see you shoot a ball in the basket. You are a circus animal, and you can't even see it. That's what you get when you compromise and want to be in front of the people instead of being set apart like the Most High wants you to be. He got all this stuff: sheep, oxen, asses, menservants, maidservants, she-asses, and camels. He got the whole 9 yards. The list of these possessions represents what? Temporary benefits of compromising with the world. Keyword temporary. Matthew 16:26. A lot of you guys should be familiar, very familiar with this particular verse. Matthew 16:26. What does Yahusha say?
For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
You see that? Look at our people. What P. Diddy had to give up. Well, we all know what he liked to do, so that's probably what he gave up. All these people who are famous, The Rock, all these, Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, all these people in front of you, these celebrities, what did they have to give up to be put there? Because, willingly, they ain't putting your black behind there unless you give them something in return. What are they giving up? They compromising. They compromising. They don't like your black behind. So that means you got to give up something in order for them to bankroll you. They don't give away nothing for free. No, sir. So our people are too busy chasing after every shiny trinket and empty status symbol to realize what? That they are selling their own spiritual birthright. So what does it mean in 2024 for y'all? Abram's moment of weakness again is a mirror showing your constant state of spiritual prostitution. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the Most High see it as. You're not just letting the princes of Pharaoh evaluate you. You're begging for the world's approval. Your social media, your career choices, your relationships, everything designed to make you look good to a corrupt system. That's why you got all these women today. Oh, he gotta look this certain way. He gotta dress this certain way. Why? For acceptance in this corrupt system. He gotta have a fancy job title and all this stuff. Why? Because they're trying to show you off in this corrupt system. It's the only way for them to be accepted. They're not gonna go out with somebody who's a plumber. They're not gonna go out with somebody who's a garbage man. No, that is not a good job title to show off in front of their friends. Oh, he a garbage man? Ooh, that's what you dating? Ooh, girl, ooh. I guess you in the dumpsters, huh? Ha 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 ha. See what I mean? Stupid. This is what we do. Look how easily you let yourselves be taken into Pharaoh's house. You'll adopt any worldly philosophy, join any godless organization, as long as it promises you some benefit or status. Boy, oh boy. The Most High is bringing it out, family. You're so drunk on the world's fake approval that you can't even see how you're being used. Our people can't see it. Every time you compromise your faith for a promotion, every time you stay silent about injustice to keep the peace, you're letting Pharaoh pimp you out. And for what? A bigger house? A fancier car? More followers on Instagram? You're trading your eternal inheritance for a pile of crap that won't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. So what is the Most High trying to tell you? He's telling you to wake up. Remember who you are. Stop prostituting yourself to Egypt and start living like the set-apart people you are supposed to be. But if you keep whoring yourselves out to every Pharaoh that comes along, don't be surprised when you wake up one day with a soul so corrupted, you can't even recognize yourself anymore. Them's the breaks, family. Every action has a reaction, consequence. So make your actions count. Choose life. Choose the Most High. Forget this world. The Most High finna destroy this world. You see it already on his last legs. Price is high on everything. The Most High is about ready to crumple this whole place. And you want to be a part of the team, the losing team? Are you serious? But it is what it is, I guess, right? I'm going to do me, living my best life. Well, you're going to live your best life away from the Most High when he destroy you for good in the end. Is that what you want? 15 minutes of fame, is that what you want for an eternity of nothingness? I hope you guys are paying attention. This is a huge lesson that we need to learn today. Our people are doing this every day. They don't even know. Some of us may be doing this and we don't even know. So I pray these words are hitting you right in the spirit, convicting you if you are doing any of these things to change, to be more like the Most High wants you to be, to get back on your journey, get back on the horse and keep it riding. Steer back onto the narrow path. Move away from the broad way of destruction. Keep your eyes on the prize, family, and you will make it. These stories are not just stories. They mean something. It's a blueprint for you how to live. You think the Most High is going to throw us into captivity and not teach us how to come back to him? Come on. He hid all this stuff in these stories. Everybody just look at it as a story, but they don't see the spiritual significance because they don't read the book spiritually. They read it carnally. They don't see underneath the surface. All they see is the top of the water. So I praise the Most High for giving me this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, for being able to see all of this underneath, to be able to communicate it to you and to all our lost brethren across the four corners of this earth. So we keep it moving. We almost done. 17 and 18.
And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. And Pharaoh called Abraham and said, "What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife?"
Y'all see that? So the Lord plagued Pharaoh in the house with his great plagues. This ain't just about some ancient smiting here, though, family. It's about how the Most High will judge those who try to corrupt and claim what belongs to him and his people. They stole everything from us, family. They took all our money. They took our heritage. They took it all. The Most High gonna judge them for that. You see it every day. Tornadoes, hurricanes, all this stuff. Earthquakes, wars, pestilence, famines everywhere. That's his judgment. You ain't gonna steal from the Most High and get no consequences. They going through it, family. They going through it. They may not broadcast it on the nightly news, but trust me, family, they all going through it daily. Let's go see what David had to say in Psalm 105. Psalm 105, 14 and 15.
He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, "Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm."
See that? Most High protects you if you have faith in him. Key word, faith. He ain't gonna protect you if you scared. He ain't gonna protect you if you compromise to this worldly system. He gonna allow them to use you up and swallow you down. Yes, sir. But look at our people, man. Our people are so spiritually blind. They cannot even recognize when the Most High is fighting their own battles. They can't even recognize it. They can't see it. So now, because of Sarah, Abram's wife, which shows that even when we fail, the Most High still protects what belongs to him. And if we go to 2 Timothy 2 and 13, Paul expounds on that. That is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 13. What does it say?
If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself.
Paul is saying if we are not faithful, he will still be faithful. Christ cannot deny who he is. You sin, guess what? The Most High still love you. Want you to come back to the covenant. Our people sin, he scattered us, but he said, I'm going to bring you back to me. We are in a bad state, but the Most High still love you, Israel. You in poverty, but the Most High still love you. You prostituting yourself out to Egypt, Most High still love you. Gonna put you through the ringer, but he still love you. Wants you to come back. It's open for you. Doors open. You gotta come back. When you are unfaithful, he will still be faithful. That's love, family. That is love with a capital L. But what are people doing? We're too busy wallowing in our own failures to recognize that the Most High's faithful. We're too busy wallowing it to see his faithfulness. We think our sorry attempts at righteousness are what's keeping us afloat. That's not what it is, family. The Most High keeping you afloat. You want to know why we ain't been destroyed yet? You don't think these heathen have been wanting to genocide us for centuries? Why do you think they come up with all these things to try to poison you? They put syphilis with the Tuskegee people. Put syphilis in them to see how it affects them. They introduced abortion, Planned Parenthood to our people to try to genocide us. But guess what? We still here, and they are not happy. That's why they say they're going to make America great again. But you ain't, heathen. Most High going to destroy this place and every place we at who have oppressed us and have kept us on the bottom with their laws. The Most High finna destroy every remnant of this system on this planet. Every piece of it going away, done. He's gently breaking it down now. But at some point, it's going to speed up. The question is, are you going to have the faith to withstand it? Because it's going to get bad, family, before it gets good. It's going to get bad. It's darkest before the dawn. Things are going to hit the fan. But do you have the faith? Do you have the confidence in the Most High to protect you during those times? So Pharaoh called Abram, which represents what? The world calling you to account for your deception and compromise. Luke 12:3. Let's go read that. See what Yahusha said. Luke 12:3.
Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops.
Whatever you say in the dark will be heard when it is day. That's why you see all these secrets coming out, right? Look at P. Diddy. Look at T.D. Jakes. All these things are coming out. All that compromise they were doing, huh? It's coming to bite them right in the butt. But our people are so used to living that double life, they wouldn't recognize integrity. If it slapped them right in the face, they wouldn't. They would not. They don't know what integrity looks like. But guess what? The Most High gonna go ahead and bring out your dirty laundry for everybody to see. The Most High know everything that you do, family. Every word that you say, every thought in your mind, every action you have ever done in your life, the Most High knows about it, and it will be brought to account. Trust me. Whatever you do in the dark, the Most High will bring it to light. So get out of the dark. Stay in the light. Stay righteous. It's all going to come out. You're going to see even more celebrities going down. All this stuff is being brought out. He's showing you something, family. You can't run. You can't hide. There ain't nowhere to go. And so he's saying, hey, what is this that thou hast done unto me? So even Pharaoh recognizes the wrongness of Abram's action. So when the world has to call you out on your BS, you know you have sunk low, P. Diddy. Whoops. You know you have sunk low. Romans 2:24. What does Paul got to say about that? Man, this stuff is funny. Romans 2:24.
For the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written.
Woo! He said, you have made foreigners say insulting things about God. But our people are too busy trying to blend in with the world. They can't even see how their compromises are making a mockery of the Most High's name. Ain't it? I mean, you can see it, right? We God's people, but we twerking up and down the streets, right? We God's people, but yet we fighting in every place we go into and filming it. Instead of trying to stop the fight, we filming it, saying world star, hoping to go viral and get some followers and clicks. You see the nonsense? Making a mockery. Why you think they can't believe we God's people? Look at what we doing. This is why they can't believe we Israelites. Look at how we behaving as a people. Downright shameful, downright embarrassing. That's why they don't believe you when you say you Israel. They're gonna be like, how? Where? How can you guys be Israel when you're shooting each other up? How can you be Israel when all of you guys do is just drink and have sex? Being hoes and everything like that. This is the mockery we've made, and we only got ourselves to blame for this. So he's asking him, why did you not tell me this was your wife, bruh? So guess what? Your deceptions don't hurt just you. They bring judgment on others and what? Discredit your witness. We can't even go a single day without spinning a web of lies, can we? And then we wonder why nobody takes our faith seriously. Hello? Is it sinking in yet, Israelites? Abram's moment of reckoning. Breaking it down now. Showing us a constant state of spiritual compromise and its consequences. You're not just failing to recognize the Most High's protection. You're actively running from it. Every time you compromise to fit in, every time you hide your faith to avoid conflict, you are spitting in the face of the one who's fighting for you. Don't even get me started, man, on how you're bringing judgment on others through your deception. Your co-workers, your friends, your own damn families, they're all catching shrapnel from the bombs of judgment your lies are setting off. You won't just get yourself in the crossfire, you get everybody else who's lied for you in the crossfire. Now their reputation messed up because they vouched for you. Talking to the scammers out there. Yeah, I'm talking straight to you. The scammers and the deceivers out there scamming your own people for a quick buck. Don't worry, your lies coming to the forefront. We are so used to playing both sides that we don't even flinch when the world calls you or calls us out on our own hypocrisy. Christian, quote unquote, at church on Sunday, but cussing like a sailor, stabbing folks in the back Monday through Saturday. Uh-oh. So the Most High is trying to tell us, stop trying to deceive the world and start living in the truth, even when it costs you something. But if you keep living this double life, all those who's doing it, don't be surprised when the Most High in the world spit you out for being lukewarm trash. That was just the breaks, family. So we move on to the last two verses. And I will read them. Says, why saidst thou she is my sister? So I might have taken her for me to wife. Now therefore, behold thy wife. Take her and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away and his wife and all that he had. So the Pharaoh said, why sayest thou she is my sister? Again, another illustration of how our deceptions can lead others into sin. Let's see how. Solomon talks about this in Proverbs 29, 5 and 6. Again, that's Proverbs 29, 5 and 6. What does Solomon say?
A man that flattereth his neighbors spreadeth a net for his feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous do sing and rejoice.
Solomon saying flattery is nothing less than setting a own trap. Your sins will catch you, but everyone who lives right will sing and celebrate. You see that? You see the dichotomy? Which one are you gonna be? You gonna live right or you gonna lie? Well, our people too busy trying to save their own skin that they don't care about the spiritual collateral damage that they cause. They don't care. Please, it is what it is. They move on to the next. Move on to the next scam. They done blew up a whole family and everything like that. That family lost everything. They on to the next. They don't care they don't care how it affects those people. But don't worry, the sins will catch them. All they doing is laying their own trap. They will be caught. They will be thrown in jail. Like most of these scammers, they always get caught. So when Pharaoh now says, so I might have taken her for me to wife, because that's what he was going to do. Like, hey, that's your sister, so hey, I want her. It's not your wife, so I want her. So Pharaoh's pointing out the potential consequences of Abram's lie. Again, your deceptions don't affect just you. You will reap whatever you sow. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. But what are we doing as a people? We're too busy sowing seeds of deceit to realize we are cultivating a whole forest of judgment. You have no idea. Our people are setting themselves up for judgment. And the Most High sitting there, and he's raising up these Trump supporters. He's raising them up for this judgment that he's going to put upon these people. That's why you're going to see a bloodbath, family. These people are going to riot. You will see a civil war. You will see one. With your own eyes, you are going to see people getting shot in the streets. You will see it. This is where it's going. Because our people have been sowing these seeds of destruction. Now the Most High is about to pay them back. So now he says, now therefore, behold thy wife, take her, get out of here, go thy way. Pharaoh at least has the decency to send Abram away with his wife intact. So the world is showing more integrity than the chosen people. Ain't that something? So what does Titus say here? Titus says something about this. If we go over to Titus chapter 2 real quick, we're going to read 7 and 8. So Titus chapter 2, 7 and 8. What does it say?
In all things, shewing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine shewing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
So he's saying you should be an example for them in every way by the good things that you do. When you teach, be honest and serious. And your teaching should be clearly right so that you cannot be criticized. Then anyone who is against you will be ashamed. There will not be anything bad they can say about us. You see that, family? But look at our people. They can't even muster up the basic decency of a pagan ruler. We can't even do what the world had more integrity here than Abram did. We're too busy trying to game the system that you've become worse than the heathens you look down on. Ain't that the truth? They got all these hustles. They say the heathen bad, but yet they hustling food stamps and all this stuff. Now they're going to have to crack down on the food stamps because all these people have been gaming the system. And not only gaming the system, but telling people they have gamed the system. How stupid can you be? To tell the people who have made the system that you're gaming their system and don't expect that they're going to crack down on it. Come on. How stupid can we be? Told you guys we blind. And so Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, which represents the world system rejecting what should have been a witness for the Most High. So what does Yahushua say about that? Matthew 5 and 13. I know y'all hands probably tired of going through this book, but hey, you got some good exercise today. All praises. Matthew 5 and 13. What does Jesus say?
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Y'all see that? Our people are so tasteless and compromised that the world can't spit you out fast enough. That's why you see all these celebrities getting the boot. They're like, man, these people more evil than we are. Get them out of here. He's trying to show us up. No, get him out of here. We can't use that no more. We claim to be the light of the world, but we're dimmer than a dead firefly, and that's the truth. Look at our people. We God's chosen people. We God's chosen people. Look at how you live. And they sent him away and his wife and all that he had. Abraham leaves with his material blessings, but at what cost to his witness and integrity? He lied, family. He can never be seen as not a liar in the eye of that ruler, that Pharaoh. He lost his integrity and his witness. You gained the whole world, but you lost your soul in the process. People can't trust you. You're a backstabber. Once a backstabber, always a backstabber. That's what they say. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You will never be able to get that off. You'll never be able to deceive anybody again. They will never be able to trust you. This is what the Most High is trying to say. That's why he's telling you to live right. So people can't trust you. But we're too busy chasing after every worldly blessing to realize we are bankrupting our own spiritual inheritance. So let me break these last two verses down, family. Call it a day. So Abram's shameful, that's right, shameful, he left with his tail between his legs, shameful exit is again another mirror showing your constant state of compromise and spiritual impotence. Impotence. You're not just lying to save your own skin, you're actively leading others into sin with your deceptions. Your coworkers think it's okay to cheat because they see you fudging the numbers. Your kids think hypocrisy is normal because you talk the talk, but never walk the walk. You've become worse than the world that you're supposed to be witnessing to. You're getting called out by atheists for your lack of compassion, by Muslims for your lack of devotion, by everyone for your blatant hypocrisy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Most High calling it out. He's calling it like it is. We are so corrupted that the world can't wait to get rid of you. Your workplaces, your schools, your communities, they're all relieved when you leave because your presence brings nothing but confusion and contradiction. Why you think so many black folks get booted out? They don't want to see you no more. Good for nothing. Because of your wicked ways. They don't want nothing to do with you. That's why they move to the other side of the sidewalk when they see you coming towards them. That's why when they see black folks coming, they say, all right, party's over. Because of your reputation. The Most High is telling you, stop trying to play both sides. Start living as the set-apart people you're supposed to be. But if you keep compromising your way through life, again, don't be surprised when you are left with nothing but a pile of worldly trinkets and a one-way ticket to eternal nothingness. So, family, this chapter ain't just a bedtime story. It's a mirror reflecting your own sorry state as so-called Israelites today. Abraham, our supposed father of faith, showed more cowardice than a whipped dog. He lied, he compromised, he put his wife in danger, all to save his own miserable behind. And you know what? That's exactly what most of our people are doing every day. We're too busy trying to fit in with the world, so desperate for Pharaoh's approval that we'll sell out our principles faster than Esau traded his birthright for a bowl of soup. But here's the kicker. Even when we fail, even when we're lower than snake dung, the Most High still fights for his own. He plagued Pharaoh. He protected Sarah. He even let Abram walk away with material blessings. We don't deserve that kind of faithfulness, family. None of us do. But that's the whole point. The Most High's covenant isn't based on your pitiful attempts at righteousness. It's based on his unwavering commitment to his people. How do we know? Deuteronomy 7:9 will show you. Again, that's Deuteronomy 7:9.
Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
So what's it gonna be, Israel? You're gonna keep playing both sides, trying to have your Egyptian cake and eat it too? Or you're gonna wake the hell up and start living like the set-apart people you're supposed to be? The world is watching, waiting to see if there's anything real about your faith. The Most High is watching, ready to bless or curse based on your choices. And I'm watching, ready to keep lighting a fire under your sorry behinds until you either shape up or ship out. Remember this. The same God who protected Abram, despite his failures, is the same God telling you, calling you to step up and be the Israelites you were meant to be. No more excuses. No more compromise. No more half-assed faith. It's time to choose. Are you with the Most High? Or are you just another worthless slave to Pharaoh's system? The ball's in your court. But don't take too long deciding. The judgment is coming, and it ain't going to be pretty for any of y'all. And with that, I end my lesson. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah. I pray you guys were spiritually edified today. Great lesson. Great lesson. It was a great lesson. I hope you guys understand it. I hope you guys really understand it. Like really understand it. And with that, I will see you all next week in Genesis chapter 13. Shalom.